The Xbox Series X is built to deliver 4K resolution, buttery smooth 120 FPS gameplay, and vibrant HDR, but you won't get the full experience if your monitor can't keep pace. The tricky part? Plenty of displays have impressive specs on paper, but that doesn't always translate to great performance for console gaming. In this video, we're highlighting the 5 best monitors for Xbox Series X, what they do well, where they might miss the mark, and which type of player each one is best suited for. You'll find links to all the monitors down in the description. Number 5. Asus ROG Strix OLED XG27 HDMI. If you're chasing that rich OLED contrast and eye-popping color without committing to a massive or ultra-pricey display, the Asus ROG Strix OLED XG27 HDMI hits a sweet middle ground. It's a 27-inch 1440p OLED screen that brings high-end performance in a size that fits most setups. What really sets it apart is the visual punch, true blacks, vibrant highlights, and over 1,000 nits of peak brightness that actually make HDR content shine. Games heavy on atmosphere like Resident Evil or Dead Space look especially stunning here, with crisp shadow detail and glowing effects that feel lifelike without the usual OLED blur. It's also incredibly responsive. While Xbox Series X Max is out at 120Hz, this monitor offers up to 240Hz refresh with a 0.03 milliseconds response time, meaning ultra-smooth motion and zero noticeable ghosting. With HDMI 2.1, you get full compatibility for native 1440p at 120Hz, along with VRR and ALLN for dynamic gameplay and reduced lag. Of course, OLED tech isn't without its caveats. Burn-in is still something to watch for if you spend long hours with static elements on screen, and for a 27-inch panel, it's definitely sitting at the premium end of the pricing spectrum. Still, if your priority is gorgeous visuals, strong HDR support, and a monitor that plays perfectly with Xbox Series X in a compact footprint, this one's a standout way to start the list. Number 4. MSI MPG 271QRX. If you want a fast, no-nonsense display that handles action-heavy games with ease, but don't need the size or price tag of a giant screen, the MSI MPG 271QRX is one of the most responsive 27-inch monitors out there. It uses a QHD IPS panel that may not have OLED-level contrast, but it shines when it comes to speed and sharp visuals. The standout spec here is the 360Hz refresh rate. Sure, the Xbox Series X is capped at 120Hz, but that extra headroom means you're getting ultra-clean motion with no blur or stutter. Paired with a 1 millisecond GTG response time, the gameplay feels fluid and sharp, especially noticeable in fast shooters or quick reflex games like Halo or Apex Legends. It's also built for console compatibility. HDMI 2.1 support means you're getting the full package: 1440p at 120Hz, VRR, and ALLN right out of the box. And with Display DR600, there's enough peak brightness to make HDR cutscenes and effects stand out without washing out your blacks. Build-wise, MSI got it right. The stand is solid and highly adjustable, so you can dial in the perfect height and tilt. Cable routing is tidy and the whole setup feels stable and well put together. The trade-off? You won't get the inky blacks or ultra-rich colors that OLED brings to the table, and the IPS glow is noticeable from wide angles. But if what you care about most is performance and fluid motion in a compact, console-friendly form, this one's a real contender. Number 3. Sony INZONE M9. The Sony INZONE M9 was clearly made with PlayStation in mind, but it's a surprisingly strong fit for Xbox Series X gamers too. If you're aiming for 4K visuals, smooth 120Hz gameplay, and solid HDR without stepping into OLED territory, this monitor hits a sweet balance. It sports a 27-inch 4K IPS panel with HDMI 2.1 inputs, giving you everything you need to take advantage of Xbox's 4K/120Hz capabilities. The display also supports up to 144Hz, which is a nice bonus for anyone splitting time between console and PC. Full-array local dimming is built in, which helps boost depth and contrast during darker scenes, without completely crushing the highlights. Where this one really shines is in how it handles HDR content. Color accuracy and tone mapping are on point, so dynamic lighting, like night cityscapes in Cyberpunk or glowing spells in action RPGs, looks rich without overshooting. It's got Display DR600 certification too, so HDR isn't just a checkbox, it actually makes a difference here. Visually, the monitor's clean white and black design fits in well with modern setups, whether you're Team Xbox or 5 pounds. and the stand is fully adjustable, making it easy to get things dialed in comfortably. On the flip side, local dimming zones aren't super granular, so you'll notice some blooming around bright UI elements on dark screens. And the navigation menu can be a little sluggish compared to other models in this range. But overall, if you're after a true 4K console monitor that nails the essentials, sharp visuals, strong HDR, and a polished design, the INZONE M9 earns its spot. Number 2. GIGABYTE AORUS FO32U2. If you're aiming for a full-blown cinematic gaming experience on your Xbox Series X, the GIGABYTE AORUS FO32U2 delivers in just about every way. This 32-inch HD OLED monitor combines sharp detail, deep contrast, and buttery smooth performance into one seriously premium display. The picture quality is next level. With true 10-bit color depth and display HDR True Black 400, blacks are rich and inky and highlights pop without losing detail. Games like Cyberpunk 2077 or Forza Horizon 5 look stunning. Vivid colors, clean transitions, and the kind of contrast that really draws you in. Performance-wise, it's just as impressive. While Xbox tops out at 120Hz, this monitor goes up to 240Hz with ultra-low input lag, so everything feels sharp and immediate even in fast-paced shooters or racers. No costing, no sluggishness, just crisp, responsive gameplay. Aesthetically, it walks the line between sleek and aggressive. Slim bezels and a bold design give it some presence, and subtle RGB adds a modern touch without overdoing it. Build quality feels solid all around. There are a couple of trade-offs to note. It's a large monitor, so make sure you've got enough desk real estate. And like many high-end displays, it skips built-in speakers, so you'll want a separate audio setup. Also, it's definitely a premium-priced option. But if you want your Xbox Series X games to look their absolute best, crisp 4K visuals, rich OLED contrast, and ultra-smooth motion, the FO32U2 stands out as a top-tier choice. Number 1. LG UltraGear 27GP850B. Leading the pack is the LG UltraGear 27GP850B, not because it's loaded with flashy extras, but because it nails that sweet spot between performance, ease of use, and affordability. If you want something that plays nicely with the Xbox Series X straight out of the box, this one just makes sense. It's rocking a 27-inch QHD Nano IPS panel that delivers vibrant colors, solid brightness, and consistent viewing angles. With a 165Hz refresh rate and 1 millisecond response time, it handles motion smoothly. So whether you're tearing through high-speed racers or competitive shooters, the action stays crisp. Sure, the Series X tops out at 120Hz, but that just means you're never pushing the display to its limits. While it doesn't come with HDMI 2.1, that's not a huge miss. HDMI 2.0 is more than capable of running 1440p at 120Hz on Xbox, which is a sweet spot for both performance and visuals on most games. And the experience is consistent, no weird handshake issues or settings to fuss with. What really sets this monitor apart is how much you get for the price. It's significantly more budget-friendly than OLED or 4K displays, but still delivers excellent image quality and smooth gameplay. The build is sturdy, the stand is fully adjustable, and navigating settings is painless thanks to LG's clean on-screen menu. There are a couple of trade-offs, of course. HDR tops out at display DR 400, so it adds a bit of pop but won't blow you away. And if you're set on true 4K, you'll need to look elsewhere. But for a rock-solid 1440p gaming monitor that delivers where it counts, the 27GP850B is an easy top choice. That wraps it up, 5 standout monitors, each bringing something different to the table. If rich contrast and real HDR are your priorities, the Asus OLED and GIGABYTE QD OLED are top-tier options. Looking for sharp 4K visuals tailored for console use? The Sony INZONE M9 has you covered. Need ultra-smooth performance for fast-paced gaming? MSI's 271QRX gets the job done. And for those wanting a reliable, all-around performer without spending a fortune, the LG UltraGear 27GP850B is hard to pass up.